Hello, my name is Rob, and I will look at the level leadership race and see what's happening with that. I'll focus on the environment aspects. Let's see. I'm just going to try to find the white page. Yeah. So there's currently 5 Liberal leadership contestants. Frank Baylis, Mark Carney, Ruby Dhalla, Chrystia Freeland, and Karina Gould. They are the 5. The nomination contest has closed. So I will look at each of their websites. So I'll start with how they're ordered on Wikipedia. One of them has dropped out. I'm not using Wikipedia. I'm just using Wikipedia because they have a list of who's winning and a nice graph. So I'll start with Frank Baylis. There's not that much information on this website. I won't look at the Twitter or X. It's rather disappointing. Oh, I should go. But I'll look on Instagram. History in the making. I'm just trying to find some information. There's an op-ed. About how to deal with Trump. There's 2 links. There's a YouTube video. It's called Meet When Contil Frank Baylis. I'd go like 36
Wow. OK.
Into the video.
Merci d'être venu ce soir. Je suis tellement touché avec mon lancement que je me suis entouré des amis. I'm surrounded by friends, and it's I can't think of a more beautiful way to start my campaign officially. Et pour le lancer ici à Montréal, la belle ville de Montréal, la ville où mes parents qui sont issus de l'immigration ont venu et qui se sont rencontrés ici. So Montreal is the city of my parents. It is a city where my mom and dad emigrated to. My mom emigrated here from Barbados.
Tabs.
My mom loved Montreal, have racism, overt racism, and they would say to people, "We don't." And she took that company to court.
Talks about racism.
She took that company to court, and her court case took 12 years. 12 years she fought that court case. And after 12 years, the company was finally found guilty. Now, can you imagine what they were charged, what the fine was? After 12 years, we were found guilty. Do you know what the fine was? $25. $25 for 12 years. 12 years battle for
So some kind of
$25.
court case.
But my mom's case was never about money. She wasn't after money. What my mother had done was to set what they call in Canada the precedent-setting case. Before my mom's case, you could discriminate openly. After my mom's case, it was illegal all across Canada. This is the fresh air that we breathe, thanks to my mother. I tell you this story because it's important to know where my values come from. And my values, like every one of us, they come from our parents. And my mom, I give you this backstory so that you understand. When I was elected, and this petition was simple, it just asked the government to recognize formally that we condemn Islamophobia.
Okay, Islamophobia is condemned.
Yes, there's racism, there's challenges, but black people, we pay our tax like everybody else. I left government. I didn't stop because these things 2 times firebombed. 2 times. That's fine. But the law, the way it's implemented, is not working. And an example of that was a young lady called Fatima who lost her job in Ottawa. She was a young school teacher, young Muslim school teacher. Children liked her. The parents liked her. The school said she was great. Her only thing she did wrong when she wore a hijab, and she lost her job for it. So when I look at Fatima,
Bill 21,
young Muslim woman, and I look at my mom, and we want prosperity. And so I have a prosperity house. It's getting too expensive. It's getting out of hand. So the government has to do something, and we are going to do something together. What we're going to do. We are going to invest in Canadian companies. We're going to invest in Canadian know-how. We're going to invest in our universities.
Canadian companies.
That's what we're doing here at Groupe 3737. If you look at the impact of just a little bit of investment compared to what governments spend all over the place, 7,000 jobs created, over $420 million. And I went, wow. The American, we need to get them good jobs so they have more money in their pocket. And it's not money. So a lot of people ask me, Frank, why did you leave? Why did you quit? You know, I was elected from 2015 to 2019. They said, why did you quit? And I have to tell people, okay, listen, I didn't quit. My dad never let us quit anything. I signed up for 4 years, and I did 4 years. We're so used to having people never want to leave that if they come and work for 4 years and say it's time to go, they say, oh, you quit. No, I didn't quit. I did try to do this. There's only one now.
Okay, so there's not really that much policy with Frank Baylis. Oh, there's some interviews. Let's see. Not much about the environment or any policies listed on the website except making life affordable for every Canadian, delivering the best health care, and a government that works for Canadians. I can't click on any of these. I don't want to get updates. About. There's some history, biography. Okay, so I'll go to the next candidate. Mark Carney. There should be a lot more information. Meet Mark, get involved, commit to vote. Let's see. Yeah, this website doesn't have a lot of information either. So, okay, so the consumer carbon tax, Marconi says isn't working, and it will be cancelled and replaced with incentives for greener choices. So they will immediately remove the consumer carbon tax, in quotes. It's not a carbon tax, it is a levy, and introduce a new approach that leaves Canadians better off for reducing emissions. Those financial incentives. Does it say what those are? Biggest emitters will pay what their fair share. Investments towards energy efficient buildings, so that's good. Electrified transportation and more. What is that more? I don't know. Fairness for Canadian industries on global stage and better integrate with allies in the fight against climate change. And then he's saying we can fight climate change together and build the strongest economy in the G7. Those news releases. So this has more details. I'm just seeing if it has any additional details. So there will be a carbon border adjustment mechanism. There'd be oil and gas methane regulations. There's an efficiency mandate for low temperature industrial heat. So those reform and cutting red tape to speed up approvals for clean energy projects. Investment to green buildings, electrified transportation, and directly reward consumers for taking action. There's a consumer carbon credit market with industrial pricing system, and this would link consumer carbon market, will improve market efficiency and maintain fiscal neutrality. There would be home retrofit, improved subsidies for heat pumps, fiscal incentives for energy efficiency homes, phasing out the use of fossil fuels for federal government buildings. By 2030, 2030 is, let's see, 5 years from now. That 2030 is a bit late. Those are common contracts for difference. So what's that? To de-risk climate investment and will recapitalize the zero emissions vehicle subsidy program to reinstate subsidies of $5,000 to low and middle income households. Expansion of electric vehicle charging infrastructure, and Made in Canada Sustainable Investment Guidelines. Okay, climate risk disclosure. Okay, yeah, and then, yeah, I do have issues with, getting rid of the carbon, pricing, which I stated in a previous video. But it is better, this is better than, no plan at all. Like, there does seem to be some plan. Those media. Oh, statement by Mark Carney on Trump's tariffs. That's the other item. So there's some media. Okay, so I will go to the next candidate, Ruby Dhalla. Website. So there's going to be a move to the central, which generally means more conservatism. Who is Ruby? Press. Okay, so this article is about Liberal leadership hopeful says she's here to, quote, save Canada. From what exactly? And this is an 8-minute long video.
Ruby Dhalla, it's good to see you. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure to be here today.
You've been away from politics for more than a decade. Why return now and think the right way to return is to become Prime Minister?
Well, first of all, I think I share the anger and the frustration of thousands of Liberals across the country because the Liberal Party of today is no longer the Liberal Party as we knew it. I've been volunteering, with the Liberal Party since the age of 14. I've dedicated so much of my life to public service, and over the last 10 years, it's almost become a one-man show. And when I took a look at all of the candidates that were running, I just found it ironic that all of the people that are running as candidates wanting to be the leader have spent the last 10 years creating and developing all of these policies, that they're actually trying to undo now. And when I took a look at all of that and received many phone calls from across the country, I realized that we needed the perspective of someone who is a self-made business woman, a self-made entrepreneur, who knows the challenges firsthand that entrepreneurs. And when we talk about this leadership, I'm the only one that has not been affiliated with the current administration. I'm a fresh face and I have fresh ideas and a new vision. And as you mentioned and shared, over the last 10 years, I have done a lot of work, not only in the business sector.
Clear my name because you were accused of, mistreating nannies and not paying them enough and using them to do work in your business beyond the scope of what they were hired for. Mm-hmm. So how do you explain that to the current generation of Liberals when they see these stories from the past?
To the current generation, of Liberals and those, that have been asking, I was the victim of a conservative drive-by smear campaign, and I'm not going to get into all of the details, but that smear campaign will not be tolerated. When I was first elected, I had the honor of being one of the first women of Indian origin elected as a member of Parliament not only here in Canada, but the entire Western world. And the way that
There was a settlement in one of the cases, and you know, so you will have to address it presumably at a certain point should you win in greater detail. But you know, you're getting into this race very late. You know, not that you had a lot of time. Nobody did. But you've seen the endorsements and you've seen the show of strength from Mark Carney. You've seen the show of strength from Chrystia Freeland.
on their table or have these sky-high cell phone prices, you know, or to ensure that entrepreneurs have the resources that they need to actually create jobs and have innovation and stimulate the economy. So I think ultimately whoever wins needs to ensure that our team is united. And for myself, coming from a healthcare background, I know as leader of the Liberal Party and Canada's next Prime Minister, I will work in a cooperative and collaborative approach with, you know, people fundraising and contributing to the process. The fee alone is $350,000.
This is
but
a
I am,
CBC
you know, very
article.
blessed that we have a great team across the country. I was actually born and raised in Winnipeg and came from very humble beginnings, and I have worked, you know, for many, many years.
Tell me about what you said to them about this.
Skip to
Well,
7
we have a
minutes.
Canada-U.S. Business Alliance, which consists of
Right.
CEOs both from Canada and the U.S. And given the threats that are being posed on our country right now, all of us as CEOs got together and we went out to Washington for the inauguration. I believe are incredibly important, and we have a chance to educate our neighbors down south of, you know, what is theirs to lose if these types of tariffs.
Good luck. If you win, we.
Okay, so there's that. Let's see, CP24. Oh, these are all videos. I don't really like videos. So let's see. Is there any policy? So those comparisons to Donald Trump. Reduction in gas taxes. That I don't believe that that's a good policy. Include like that's expansion of greenhouse gases. Deportation of illegal immigrants, so that's anti-immigration. Okay, so yeah, so that's Dhalla. Chrystia Freeland. There's a newsroom. This website is a little bit better than some of the other ones. So, Trump's terrorists dollar for dollar. So there's a renewal plan. Newsroom. I did hear about getting rid of the carbon pricing. Oh, there was a proposal for 100% tariffs on Tesla vehicles. US wine, beer, and spirits. So that's interesting. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so I did talk about some of the statements about carbon pricing in the last video. There's no mention about it that I can see. Okay, so, and then Karina Gould is the last one. News. Tackling affordability. There's a proposal to cut the GST by 1 point to 4% for 1 year. And Karina would keep the GST off of children's clothing, diaper, straws, and car seats permanently. And then raising the effective corporate tax rate by 2% on profits over 500 million. Increase the power of Competition Bureau to fight anti-competitive behaviors. Stop mergers and acquisitions that hurt competition and consumers, and seriously investigate reports of price gouging and overpricing. Let's see. I don't like the red and white writing in small print. Hey, yeah, so this is the candidates that are running for leadership. I'll look at liberal leadership and the environment. Liberal leadership, race, and environment. I just don't know. There's not really like a focus on environment outside of the Colburn levy. Anyways, I hope that you have a good rest of your day, and that was a look at the Liberal leadership race. I don't know who's going to win, and yeah, that was what I planned for on this stream.